Right now,
have emergency lighting.
an NHP trooper's safety PSA interrupted by a crash. What happened?
And 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men are going to be physically harmed by an intimate partner in their lifetime.
A gruesome shooting making national headlines puts a spotlight on a vulnerable group. Why domestic violence is hard to recognize on a college campus.
Plus, the numbers are out, but hear why winning may actually mean you have bad luck.
But first tonight, breaking news. Sahara is closed tonight near the 15 as Metro investigates another fatal accident.
And 13 Action News reporter Brian Callahan now is live at that scene. Police are telling us tonight the pedestrian was at fault, even though he was in a crosswalk. Brian.
Yeah, you can see the car involved sitting there still in the middle of the street just past the intersection of Palace Station and Sahara. Police tell us the driver was on her way home from work when she hit this pedestrian. They say the 75-year-old man was in the crosswalk here, but they say he was going against the light when he was hit. He was taken to UMC where he later died. Now, police have told us they've talked to several witnesses and even seen video from this intersection here that showed all of the cars heading westbound had the green light and that pedestrian was crossing against the signal here when he stepped into that car's path. So obviously a very different story from last night's tragic crash that claimed the life of that 4-year-old boy and left his mother in critical condition. Reporting live, Brian Callahan, 13 Action News.
Yes, Brian, and now to that heartbreaking tribute on the side of the Valley Road. This bottle, a somber reminder of the 3 young children and their mom who were hit while crossing the street. A 4-year-old boy killed. His mother remains in critical condition tonight.
Well, Erin Breen, an advocate for pedestrian safety, says this death is really taking a toll on her. That's because Breen fought to get that crosswalk put in at Katy, just east of Maryland Parkway.
This should be plenty. There's good, ample lighting. There's signs that warn you. And then there's signs right at the crosswalk that, with the arrow pointing to the crosswalk.
But it just simply was not enough for this family. Police say the driver just wasn't paying attention. And tonight, police say the other 2 children, they are doing okay. The driver who hit this family in the meantime is not expected to face charges.
This isn't right. You know, I don't really have any words.
And now to that tragic killing on the University of Utah campus. Lauren McCluskey, a track star, shot to death by a former boyfriend who was previously convicted for sex crimes. And police say McCluskey was scared and even had a restraining order against the suspected shooter.
Well, this latest incident certainly bringing to light just how big of a problem domestic violence is, especially right here in the state of Nevada. Our state ranked among the worst for domestic violence cases and deaths.
Carla Wade has more on why dating violence can be especially hard to recognize in a college environment. Carla.
Now, Trisha and Todd, the college years are all about education and new life experiences. And that lack of life experience can often make some students vulnerable to dating violence.
1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men are going to be physically harmed by an intimate partner in their lifetime.
Reciting statistics, it's almost second nature for a student. But if you dig deeper,
I can name off at least like 3 or 4 people off the top of my head that I know that have been or are in a situation right now where you could classify it as, you know, violence or an unhealthy relationship.
Those numbers hit really close to home. At this forum, UNLV students learn why so many young adults are experiencing it and how to stop it.
They might be hesitant to say domestic or dating violence because they're like, well, they're not really together. They're not living together and anything, so it can't really be that type of situation.
Shannon Williams is a volunteer at the campus Women's Center. She says the typical college lifestyle puts students in a vulnerable position. They are likely away from home and family for the first time. They are making new friends, trying to create a support system. And it may be their first experience with a serious relationship, all making it easy for an abuser to gain control. Williams says it often starts with controlling behavior that eventually escalates to violence, such as not letting you hang out with your friends, threatening to hurt loved ones, or offering to pay for expenses.
It seems innocuous over a period of time, but it's that slow drip, drip, drip.
Carla Wade, 13 Action News.
And here is your 13 crime prevention checklist for warning signs of domestic abuse. As Carla said, you need to look for signs of controlling behavior in a partner, such as not letting you hang out with friends, threatening to hurt your loved ones, showing extreme jealousy of friends and time spent away. If you need help, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE or the UNLV Care Line at 702-895-0602. Well, looking ahead to tomorrow, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is set to take the first step towards potential punishment for UFC fighters Conor McGregor and Khabib. Now, you may remember the chaos that erupted outside the octagon after their match earlier this month. The hearing will discuss the brawl along with possible suspensions for the fighters. Also on the agenda, what to do with Khabib's $2 million purse that was withheld after the fight. And the final decisions on all these matters won't be decided until a later date, but they are being brought up tomorrow.
And also developing right now, Metro is investigating a string of robberies in the northeast part of the valley. The first last night at a salon right near Lake Mead and Mount Hood. The suspect caught on surveillance. And then this morning, 3 Desert Pines High School students all robbed at gunpoint in 2 separate incidents just minutes apart, followed by a third robbery just hours later. Metro releasing video of a vehicle of interest saying they believe the 3 robberies this morning are all connected. Now here's your 13 crime prevention checklist in case someone tries to rob you at gunpoint. Number 1, try to remain calm and not panic. Secondly, don't fight back. Also, give them whatever it is they're asking for. And if the criminal drops their weapon or puts it down, either throw it somewhere out of sight or simply kick it away. And finally, wait until the attacker is at least 100 feet away before calling 911.
Well, outside this evening, you know, nothing really to complain about with your weather tonight, and actually through the day, we actually saw those wonderful temperatures and clear skies. Keeping the skies clear tonight. Might have some high clouds push through throughout the overnight hours. Not really going to do much to your forecast, though. Right now, at least we're cooling off from our high of 81, sitting at 67 right now, McCarran, so a nice cool night. Look at the mountain, 44 degrees right now, a little chilly up there. Waking up tomorrow, temperatures warming up once that sun comes up. A little chilly, down to around 60 degrees. Mostly clear skies by tomorrow morning. Temperatures jumping up to 70 degrees by 10 o'clock. 80s make a comeback again tomorrow. And actually through the end of the week, we'll show you just how warm that weekend forecast is looking.
All right, Dan, thank you. Well, new tonight, ABC News is reporting at least 1 Mega Millions ticket was sold with all 6 of these numbers. That ticket worth a record $1.6 billion. And it was reportedly sold in South Carolina.
Yeah, a lot of people tonight are thinking, like, who do I know in South Carolina who may have played? All right, if you're feeling green, though, with envy tonight, now the prize could be gone. Don't be.
That's right. 13 Action News anchor Masa Saidi has why experts say not winning the lottery could actually be a blessing in disguise.
A big smile and a big check. They're considered the lucky ones.
I can take this much money and do a lot of good with this much money right now.
Tonight, as many of you may be dealing with a mega loss, we're asking, should you possibly be happy you didn't win? Jack Whitaker took home millions in 2002 before losing most of it to thieves, drugs, and gambling.
My wife had said she wished that she had torn the ticket up.
People have this belief that when they receive a large amount of money, all of a sudden all their problems are going to be gone.
But therapist Sasha DeCania says quite often money complicates everything. For example, if you've had a substance abuse problem in the past, now you have endless means. And as family, friends, and co-workers start turning to you for cash, you may feel stress, anxiety, and eventually isolation.
Most people have a hard time saying no to the people that they care about.
The word that you're going to have to learn the quickest and use it the most is the word no.
Sound advice from financial analyst Steve Buden. If you plan on playing again and you hit the jackpot,
cancel your cell bill, get a new number so nobody can get a hold of you. I can't emphasize enough the importance of getting a good team around you, a good attorney, a good accountant, and a good financial advisor.
And maybe your own personal security. You could end up losing more than just your winnings.
Are you a murderer? No.
A jury found Dee Dee Moore befriended, swindled, and then killed lottery winner Abraham Shakespeare.
The money was like a curse to him, and now it's become a curse to me.
A curse or a blessing? You'll at least have to wait until the next drawing Friday to find out. Masa Saidi, 13 Action News.
Coming up, a fiery plane crash shuts down the Southern California freeway. How the pilot is doing.
And a Valley woman says she was swindled by her internet provider. Contact 13 stepping in to help.
Plus, the Red Sox win Game 1 of the World Series. But that's not what everybody is talking about. Why one of the players is helping fans get a free taco.
Well, noon tonight, while Nevada Highway Patrol troopers were out on Interstate 11 filming a safety PSA, this happened. There you see in the background a car drifts right off the road. Troopers say the driver fell asleep behind the wheel. That car hitting a ditch, going airborne at one point. You can see there the trooper then turns around. Now here's a good thing. Only minor injuries were reported because troopers say everyone involved was wearing a seatbelt. You gotta buckle up. Well, internet service certainly is an essential tool these days, so nothing is more frustrating than when your internet connection is not working.
And that's exactly what happened to one Valley woman, and that's when she turned to our Contact 13 Call for Action team for help.
Everything that I have been through with this gentleman has been overwhelming.
Vicki Phillips is power of attorney for a family member named Fred, who's suffering from advanced dementia. She was recently looking for full-time care at his home and decided to also get internet service.
It was to put security cameras on the property so that we would know who comes and goes and how his care, when the caregivers were here.
Vicki says she decided to hire a company offering satellite service.
They came to the house. They set a dish up on the roof. It seemed like he was hooking everything up, everything would be fine.
But after all was said and done, Vicki says she found the internet signal was pretty bad.
Most sites I couldn't get into at all. And those that I could get into, it would take 5-10 minutes to get in.
Then a few days later, the unexpected happened. Fred collapsed and Vicki knew he wasn't coming home anytime soon, if at all. So she called the internet company.
I need to cancel. It was less than 2 weeks from the time that I got it.
But Vicki says they wouldn't budge, pointing out she had signed a contract. If she wanted to cancel, she would have to pay a penalty.
They said, that'll be $12.95. I was dumbfounded. Isn't there some grace period?
That's when Vicki discovered a whole new problem. She was being billed as a business. It's a major detail Vicki admits she missed when signing the contract.
I have been so consumed with everything that has gone on for this gentleman's care that I honestly was not thinking.
Vicki was ready to give up.
This is my responsibility and I will pay it.
But then Vicki spoke with a friend who recommended our Contact 13 Call for Action team. So Vicki reached out and spoke with our volunteer Marty, who got right on the case.
The people at the customer service just didn't understand what truly took place, and it just took working up through the chain of command over there to get it to finally understand, to get it taken care of.
In the end, the company admitted Vicki never should have been billed as a business, and her entire contract was waived. Vicki couldn't believe it.
Very, very relieved, grateful, happy. I can move on now with the things that need to be done.
It's a lesson Vicki admits she learned the hard way, and now she's taking time to share advice with others facing consumer complaints.
Turn to Channel 13 News. I am just so grateful that they cared. But they cared enough to go in there and dig and do things that I was not capable of doing.
And by the way, don't forget, Contact 13's Call for Action is ready to help you with your consumer problem. Just contact one of our volunteers here at the station any weekday between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Our hotline number is 702-368-2255.
Well, a fiery plane crash shuts down both sides of the 101 freeway in Agoura Hills, California. The plane there crashed on the far left lane, and then there you see it bursting into flames up against the median. Now, fire officials have quickly got that fire out. The pilot, who appeared to be the only person on board not injured in this one, pretty unbelievable. and no other cars were involved in this crash. Incredible. Well, a health alert tonight. 6 children are dead and a dozen are sick, all because of a viral outbreak at a nursing and rehabilitation center in New Jersey. Now, they were all diagnosed with something called adenovirus. It's usually not deadly, but this outbreak was severe because it impacted kids with weakened immune systems. The health department is investigating the facility. Now, we have more information about the adenovirus, including symptoms. It's on our website at ktnv.com.
Well, check out this new video posted on Twitter by Clark County. This is a large rodent called a capybara. Now, Animal Control says it escaped from Sequest. It was in a cage on its way to the veterinarian when it got away and hid under a vehicle. It was captured in the same parking lot it got loose in near Maryland Parkway and Flamingo. Animal Control is investigating and couldn't comment on possible citations.
New tonight, Game 1 of the World Series is in the books, and, well, it's bad news for Dodgers fans. Here we go. In the bottom of the 7th, the Red Sox pinch hitter Eduardo Nunez, there you see, golfed up a 3-run home run here to seal this one, going over the Green Monster. The Boston Red Sox won 8-4. Game 2 is tomorrow night in Boston.
And Red Sox hitter Mookie Betts is the most popular man of the night. His stolen base won everyone a free taco as part of Taco Bell's Steal a Base, Steal a Taco promotion. On November 1st from 2 to 6 p.m., you can get a free Doritos Locos taco at any participating location.
Yeah, but I question if you're a real Dodgers fan, I don't think you can take part. You have to protest that. You can't even take a free taco for that one.
We could ask
What
Trisha.
do you think, Dan? Huh?
We could ask Trisha. You like the Dodgers.
I know. I'm an LA native.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
We forgive you. We forgive you. All right. Outside, temperatures looking pretty good right now. A little warm this afternoon. Well, not warm, but warmer than what we have been. We saw 81 degrees in Las Vegas today. That was that official high. So really a very nice, pleasant day with sunshine. Some clouds around as well, but temperatures looking good right now. A little chilly, so grab those jackets. Down into the 60s right now in most areas. We're going to see some 50s by tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind. Definitely a little chilly waking up for your Wednesday. Now, clear skies everywhere. All that rain Arizona saw today, and there was a lot of it actually across that state. Push back into Mexico. We're starting to see more of a westerly flow, pushing everything away from us. So we're going to see dry weather over the next several days with very little changes. Tomorrow, Golden Knights playing at the T-Mobile, and temperatures looking good. 7 o'clock, game time, 75 degrees. Getting out of the game, temperatures right around 70 degrees. Not too bad with light winds. A very comfortable evening across the Las Vegas Strip and actually across the valley by tomorrow. Allergy counts, a little elevated, weeds, nothing really too bad, probably not really sneezing a whole lot. They've been relatively low recently, and that will continue. Tonight, temperatures about where they have been, 60 degrees Las Vegas, upper 50s on the outlying areas. Tomorrow's high, 82 degrees, should be very similar to today. A little warmer in Death Valley, pushing 100, not quite there. 95 degrees, 77 in Summerlin tomorrow, 82 up in Centennial Hills. Willa, Category 3 storm. 4 hours ago. Now, tropical storm. It has died off. It will continue to do that over the overnight hours and actually through the mountains of Mexico. That storm is going to fall apart completely. Looking ahead at your forecast, look at these numbers. We're warming things up. Not upper 80s, but mid 80s by this weekend, which is well above average.
All right, Dan, thank you. Well, one Vegas Golden Knights fan is facing a battle with cancer.
And why he says his road to remission would not have happened without other fans.
A Golden Knights fan grateful for support after being diagnosed with cancer.
And it's not just his family backing him up. Other fans, they're stepping up to help him fight in a big way. Mel Castle was diagnosed with stage 2 lymphoma. He started chemo in May when the Knights were making, of course, their historic playoff run. Well, Mel's wife then shared his story on the fan group Facebook page, and she says the response has been overwhelming.
It gives me hope for mankind because I've never experienced anything like that before, where strangers are, feeling for you. So it's been amazing.
Well, Mel just finished his last round of chemo and is hopeful for good news. And we wish you the best.
Yeah, Mel, we're pulling for you,
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
All right, still ahead, the dreaded flight delay. It is something certainly we all want to avoid, but never really have the choice.
No, but there is a silver lining why one side is calling Las Vegas's airport one of the best places to be stuck. Well, new tonight, Flight delays are an inconvenience that many of us have experienced.
Right, but according to the travel site Orbitz, if you're going to be delayed anywhere, McCarran turns out to be one of the best places to be delayed.
It is so true. Orbitz ranks us third overall for several reasons here, folks. Our restaurants, bars, shopping, and gambling. And for those who want to stay fit, there are walking paths through the different terminals.
All right, I'll buy that.
I love McCarran. Yeah, it's a great experience. Well, starting tomorrow, Metro officers will be out in full force helping Valley families celebrate Halloween safely.
Well, the Northwest Area Command, they're going to host the first event. You could go trunk or treating tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. there at the Walnut Recreation Center. That's right near Cheyenne and North Las Vegas Boulevard.
And for more information about that and other Halloween events on our website, check it out. Go to ktnv.com. It's all there for you.
Yeah, here we go.
It's almost here. We will be right back with a final look at your wake-up weather forecast.
All right, but first, here is Jimmy Kimmel with a preview of tonight's show right after 13.
On tonight's show, we say so many words. How many games in a row would the Lakers have to lose for you to unretire, for you to come back to the team?
Well, as you wake up tomorrow, temperature's a little cool, and there's 60 degrees in Las Vegas early in the morning. Once that sun comes up a little bit after 6, we're going to see temperatures rise to 82 degrees for the afternoon. Winds are going to be light all week. Our next change is still about a week away. Right before Halloween, we could see much cooler temperatures move back into the Las Vegas Valley.
You know what? It seems like it always changes around Halloween.
You know, you're the second person to say that today.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
It's true.
I think it is, because everyone tells me that.
Yeah, that is the time to change. In the meantime, we have a wonderful 7 days ahead of us.
No complaints.
Looks gorgeous. Perfect. Dan, thank you.
All right, that does it for us tonight. Jimmy Kimmel Live is coming up next, by the way. Remember, we're always on at ktnv.com, our mobile app, Roku channel, and the latest version of Apple TV.
All right, our next reports begin at 4:30 a.m. on Good Morning